Hi, Father Ian Van Heusen here. So we got into the fifth rule. Don't make a decision in a desolation. But what you want to do when you have that desolation, when you have those thought traps, when you have that spinning, for me, sometimes it could be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or when I'm tired or whatever, is you want to do some strategies to work against the thought traps. So let's see what St. Ignatius says and kind of have a conversation about that. Though in desolation we must never change our former resolutions, it will be very advantageous to intensify our activity against the desolation. So he gives us some strategies. Intensify against. We can insist upon more prayer. I'll give you an example I love to give people. Take your rosary and say, for the next 30 minutes, I am not going to think about anything. I'm just going to pour myself into a rosary. And I'm just going to avoid thinking about all of these negative thought patterns for 30 minutes. That's just one strategy. He gives us a few other ones. Another one, meditation, kind of what I was talking about before. Maybe thinking about Christ's life. Try to change the subject to something that's a little bit more lofty instead of caring about our worldly concerns. And the next one's interesting, and I might create some content around this. Examine ourselves, an examination of ourselves, examine our conscience. So often when we get in that thought trap, if we look at the 10 Commandments, if we look at God's commandments, we're persevering in a state of grace. It's just a regular cycle. And we just have to be like, okay, I'm persevering. I got to work against this. Everything I've done is fine when I examine it by the objective standard. So we can make an effort in a suitable way to do some penance. We can also do some penance, a little bit of fasting, a little bit of whatever it might be. That can help us to overcome the desolation. Now we want to give a word of caution. For some people, if you have a mental illness or if you're struggling with depression or things like that, you might not be able to overcome those thought traps and that desolation as easily. You might have to seek the help of a professional psychologist. You might have to experience some healing around memories or learn some other patterns to overcome those thought traps. But if that doesn't apply to you, try some of these strategies. Keep experimenting with it. Be like a scientist with it. And then try to work against the desolation. Amen?